All right. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a good day. Was not expecting to be streaming this early in the morning. Excuse me, but I'm looking at Bitcoin down 5%, Ethereum down 7%, Solana down 5, Dogecoin only down around 2.5, Trump down 2, Lady down 6, ADA down 3, AMP down 4. It just bloodbath across the board. So today we're just going to focus on what this actually means because we didn't really hold at all. We had one minor bounce and that was it. Now, maybe by the end of the week we're actually above that Fibonacci level and we'll have to wait to see how this all pans out. But we're falling down a lot faster than normal. That's not a good sign for us at all because historically, as far back as we've gone, we've always held this level. And I mean always held this level. Sure, it may have been dramatic, but we've always held this level to have a nice bounce and then come back down. So this goes back to the 2022 crash and then the 2018 crashes as well. So we'll have to wait a few more days for like the confirmation, but this could mean that Bitcoin's in a new type of bear market we haven't seen before, where maybe it doesn't happen as technically as before. I'm not entirely sure what the way to phrase it, but we'll get into it right now here. Just let me take a sip of water. Oh man, this is gonna be a long day. Hey, long day. And hey, well, happy to see you. Hope you've been doing well. There we go. So this is the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin right now. It's not looking pretty as you guys might imagine. What happened is earlier this morning, we actually got some bearish signals coming across our board. We saw the momentum from the MACD losing a little bit of speed here, a little bit of momentum, I guess you could say. The MACD was losing a little bit of steam here. And then we saw a bearish crossover at 4 a.m. this morning, right over here. We had the confirmation of it way over here at 8 a.m., right? And if you're asking me if I'm going to short this right here, the answer is no. And it's primarily because my rules say I'm only allowed to do that when the crossovers are happening, at least one of them above the 50 line right here for a short. So I'm not really doing too much trading right now, but I'm just watching this happen. I'm like, oh, damn, this really much sucks. Look at the stock heat map. Stocks pretty much in cross technology having a really bad day. The big ones: Avgo down 6%, Nvidia down 3.5%, MU down 6%. Palantir's up a little bit after earnings, but Meta's down, Microsoft's down, Google's down, Netflix is down, CRM is down 7.5%, App is down 6.5%, IBM's down 9%, ACN's down about 10%. Intuit is down around 11%, 11.5%, I should say. So there's a lot of bad stuff happening in technology services, and that's where you see a lot of the momentum that kind of carries the cryptocurrency market. Now, consumer non-durables, energy, minerals, those are doing just fine. I told you guys I have some ExxonMobil, and that's actually doing pretty well today. I think oil is up a little bit, but that's not the reason for Exxon. I did see a little bit of news today. If I go over to CNBC, there it is. Oh, the House votes to reopen the government. Cool, that's awesome. So that's probably why we're seeing Bitcoin have a small spike right now. A small amount of good news to get rid of some of those liquidations. Let me get rid of this one right here. There you go. But there was a little piece of news a few minutes ago, if I can find it. The U.S. military shot down an Iranian drone that aggressively approached an aircraft carrier. So it says the U.S. Abraham Lincoln was around 500 miles away from Iran's southern coast when the unmanned aircraft unnecessarily maneuvered towards the ship. U.S. Central Command spokesman Captain Tim Hawkins said an F-35 warplane from the Abraham Lincoln shot down the drone in self-defense to protect the aircraft and personnel on board. No U.S. personnel were harmed and no U.S. equipment was damaged, probably except for the missiles. So that's pretty good to see there. So everybody's safe and calm. But I don't think that was the reason we're seeing this bloodbath with Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down, BNB, XRP, it's all just looking really bad. Gold is up. Gold is up. That's basically it from what I see over here. Oh, we got Hyperliquid's up a little bit right here. Anything else really moving? No, most of this is like teeny bits of moves. Yeah. World Liberty's up a tiny bit. Yeah. Pax Gold. Gold, yeah, it's gold. Gold is up here. The crypto gold assets are doing just fine. And hey, Larry, I still expect Bitcoin to crush 60K. I was selling good positions today to get ready and buying more Dogecoin. What do you call? I thought my assumption, and maybe I'm wrong about this, was that we were going to be able to hold this week, right? Now, I know we only held for a week here, but we had a decent bounce following it. I thought we were going to be able to at least hold for a week and then wait to see what happens next. And, you know, maybe test some levels of resistance. Like if you go over to the daily chart, you can already see this little prong we had right there. Maybe get back up to $80,000, 80,600. Didn't even come close. And right now we're still flailing a little bit here, which is not my favorite thing to do. You know, I know we flailed a little bit over here. We came down bit after bit after bit, kind of testing that support level. Slight bounce, whatever, cool. But now I'm very much concerned that we're going to have to come into contact right here with the $71,000, and then that's where we may bounce. You know, I try to find those patterns and assets and things like that. So when I go back over here and I go to you know, some of the things that we've had back over the past few years where, oh, there it is, magnet. We had nice bounces month over month. I know that's going to be a little bit different now. All right, I was hoping we might have something of a better move right here, but it's not happening at all. You go back in time a little bit further. Right. We're usually able to hold these, but maybe this time it's just a different market environment. Now, pull this back a little bit more though. You know, on the weekly charts, I guess this is back. We can't really focus that too much. I was hoping we might be able to have a bounce here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. On the other side here, of course, you take away the fib levels on log. You can see we had a small bounce there, and the next bounce we're looking for is around that 70,600, 70,700 level. But to have no movement right there at all, that's rough. It's almost like a thing. I think. God, I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. I just woke up. Well, not really. I've just been moving slow all morning. I got to make some lunch. We haven't had a scenario like this in a while where the Fibonacci's are just not being honored, right? And I shouldn't say Fibonacci's, Fibonacci. It was only one line. But I was hopeful that we might see something of a support level form. And maybe I shouldn't speak until the end of this week is over. Maybe I should just hold my tongue until like Sunday comes around and I can see how this weekly candle ends. But I was pretty hopeful that we might be able to hold this support level over here and then have a bounce, and then of course continue going down later on. For more of a controlled move, it's easier for me to trade that type of stuff. I don't got to worry about these crazy moves right there, because right now, you know, for a lot of people out there, right, if you are into swing trading, you know that, well, we can use it this way, yeah. You know that we've been bearish since October. Okay. So for a trader like me, I know that when the weekly charts start turning bearish, which happened before, and we had a crossover right here, right there for the second one, October 6th, I know there's an opportunity for shorting there. Now, I didn't short here just because we were all-time highs. I'm like, maybe the tariff threat, like Trump does before, it'll back off. He'll back off the tariff threat, and everything will be fine. Well, no, but I still did some day trading in here, and like those smaller 2-day swing trades. But there was your first opportunity to short. And if you're going off of that right now, you know, you had your first level of support right here, which you bounced off of temporarily for the week, kept on coming down, hit some levels of support over here, broke right through them, of course. But my point being, you add a Fibonacci based trend extension right now, you know, that target price, if you're still shorting right now, is around 62,721. Now you have a little bit of support we're hitting right now at the 0.618 level. That's nice to see. But I mean, you know, that target is still pretty far off. And you said, Larry, you said you got 50K set to buy in right now at Doge at 9 cents. So to crush $60,000. We might get close enough there. It depends on how bad this market wants to go, but it seems like everything's teetering right now. But, you know, for me, the stock market is still okay. It's not great, but it's still doing okay. Remember, we had been talking a little bit over the past, week or so that, I go over here to FinViz. FinViz overloads my computer on Chrome. I don't know why. Well, you can see the stock market's also coming down today quite a bit. That's fine. The bloodbath that's going on above my head. And PayPal's down 20% today. Woo-hoo-hoo! Jesus. Gonna make me sound like Mario. But there's plenty of things out there right now where... Let's see... Where's it at? Key themes. Let's go mid. Let's see. There we go. There we go. I think this will be fine for us. Yeah, let's not focus on an exchange right now. So you go to charts. There's plenty of stocks that are close to their all-time highs, right? All of these are within 10% of their all-time highs, 52-week highs, I should say, 52-week highs, right? There's tons of opportunities out there, and if you're paying attention, they're really good trades. Some things like this, I think that might be a glitch because, oh no, maybe the all-time highs are just over here, and that's still within 10%. Yeah, that's true. But, there's still a bunch of stuff happening. Advanced energy industries, that's going up because AI needs a bunch of stuff. But you see some selling volume right now because AI is falling. So there's lots of places out there that are doing fine, consolidating, still making money. Lots of opportunities out there. But for Bitcoin itself, yeah, this is brutal. Let me go over to the daily chart. Yeah, I mean, 15 looking. Take out the extension. We were barely able to hold on to this level at all. Really not much at all. And then we just came falling down even further. I'm not going to say this is a bearish week until the week's over. I just don't want to do that. But we're seeing a little bit of leeway right now, which can give us a breather. Not much more than a breather, unfortunately, for us now, though. All right, let me go back over here very fast. Yeah, poke this up. Let's see. I'm getting murdered. LO, a bag holding when I should have sold in September, got greedy. Most of us didn't even sell in September. Most of us sold in October when we had that flash crash off of the 100% China tariff threat. Like most people still had some money in some crypto in the wallets, right? I started selling my Bitcoin at $80,000, and so like I was selling earlier than I was supposed to. But when it came down to all of this, Bitcoin's had around 2 really good opportunities to really show momentum is shifting and something really crazy is happening. The first one is when we were in stagnation for a few months going over the summer, and then we rallied up in October and we were hitting all-time highs again. There was a little bit of euphoria starting to breach into the market where you saw like everyday people starting to say Bitcoin's at all-time highs. Bitcoin's all the way up at $126,000. Oh my God. You had a touch of that. And then once that article came out, I didn't type any of that correctly. There you go. Not the strategic revert. Oh my God. See, I hate when new news overtakes other stuff. October. No, see, Google's flooding us with new news and not old news. 100%. Get out of that. There you go. Right. Trump says he'll impose new 100% tariff on China over and above current rates, massively escalating trade war. Right. You know, he was not pleased, to say the least. Um, but I mean, that's all it took, you know, for us to get liquidated. And it wasn't so much of a Bitcoin story as it was a story for altcoins. Like, I mean, you can see the drastic move that happened right here. Everybody was so levered up. I mean, it dropped down like 80% in a day, in a day, right? So this is definitely a more difficult market environment to trade in, which is why I'm going to make a plug here. If you guys didn't know, I have that trading strategy video out now. And hey everyone, welcome. There you go. This trading strategy let me quit my job. I'm trying to come up with flashier titles, but I do have this here. It's 41 minutes, but it's a good one, and it'll help you out if you need help. But yeah, so there's that. Because that, I mean, that's still been working, right? That's the thing that's been working out pretty well for most people, I would say. You know, even with this move last night, you know, I didn't trade this for, okay, let me just say two reasons here. The honest and upfront normal reason that I will always give you is that I'm not awake at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm peacefully asleep with my dog on my bed and my window open with the fan blowing in my face. It's beautiful. Now, on the other hand here, if you look at these crossovers that occurred. Actually, let me just go over here and do this one because I can reset everything later on. You'll see that we just got a crossover signal where we had one crossover at 4 a.m., another crossover. You could actually almost say both crossovers are happening right now at 8 a.m. I don't short these primarily because both of them are below the 50 line. If you guys know my strategy, you guys know it. But right now, I think what you're going to see, because the daily charts are still bearish and the weekly charts are still bearish and the monthly charts are still bearish, I think you're going to see a lot of volatility right now, which is going to be very interesting. This is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. We're currently breaking down below support, right? I'd say we're in the support zone. Let me say that now. We're in the support zone. Let me see how this would react. There you go. We're in kind of a support zone. So I think what you're going to see is if we have a bearish crossover on the 15-minute chart right now, I'm going to short that as long as both of them are above, or one of them is above the 50. All right. I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to see how crazy this can get. I know there's a lot of news today as far as like the Iran drone being shot down, the government bill passing the House. So I would say that's even a little bit more of a difficult thing to trade around all that news happening. But the volatility today is absolutely insane. I mean, Bitcoin's down quite a bit, of course. You see Ethereum is down, Solana's down. I mean, Melania is up. Maybe because of the movie. I don't know. Right? I don't know. But yeah, I'm being very patient. The hourly chart is just about to turn bullish here, maybe next 2-3 hours. That might open up some short-term 5-minute trades if you wanted to do that, but I don't even think I want to do anything related to that right now. I think it's worth it to just be peaceful, quiet, worry about my money, keep on adding to my portfolio in different areas, but only certain areas are really worth investing right now. Like my lovely Exxon. I don't know why I'm such an Exxon lover. I think it's just because I've always known them for the longest period, longest time. But oh, there it is. You know, I only bought in more here because, well, I should say, I bought back over here during COVID. I sold back around here, and I started buying back in around here. No, it was more around here. Last year they acquired one of the companies I had a lot of money in, called Pioneer Natural Resources, PXD, but I knew they'd make some money off of that, but oil prices weren't looking so good, so I sold off a little bit beforehand, and now oil prices are worse, but they're still making a shit ton of money apparently. Maybe Iran, maybe other stuff, who knows, but well, yeah, it's mostly world tensions right now, but liquid natural gas is booming, I should say. There you go. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's trying to hold on to support. I still think with that Fibonacci level that we have on here, I still think it's worth holding. again, when you do these types of trades, you don't have to put a lot of money behind them. But I still think I'm still hoping by the end of the month we're able to hold above this level. If not, we're having a full-on breakdown to the 60s, and that's just going to be absolutely brutal. And again, we are following the death cross. Death cross is bad. Death cross is bad. Death cross is bad, and death cross is bad, and death cross is bad. Yeah, we'll have to see how bad things get. I remember back over here, we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of bearishness, and it was abysmal. 9 weeks. We're on week 3 right now. Let's hope we're not only a third of the way down. That could be a pretty brutal. But like I said before, guys, like if you push this back in time though, right? That was post finding support and bouncing. We're already coming down quite hard. We had a capitulation event right here, breaking through the Fibonacci, held this one. That Celsius was down, but let me pull this back over here. Bounce, 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 bounce. FTX fucked everything up, of course, but we were still looking okay. Yeah, I don't like this market right now. Almost feels like a sore losers market, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, God, I like easy money. Easy money is to buy and hold and watch your assets grow in value. Hard money is, day trading, swing trading, and having to invest capital every day to kind of make your money back and stuff like that. Or not make your money back, but make a profit. And hey, Villa, happy to see you. Hey, Delilah, happy to see you as well. And hey, Optimistic, you don't expect Bitcoin to go below 65,000? I'm hoping you're right here. I'm really hoping you're right. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. But again, anytime we have these tariff threats, it's just bad news for us. Very, very bad news. Still haven't sold a single Dogecoin all this time. We collect them like Pokemon cards, Doge Army, attempting to catch them all. Have to admit, around 4 Dogecoin for $1 was about as much as I wanted to pay. Getting almost 10 for $1 is bananas. Yeah, what do you call when we got up to 50 cents this year? I was like, who is still buying Dogecoin at these levels? Your dividend stocks are up for the last few days. You should sell. Man, those dividends have been paying off for a lot of people, though. No, I'm not going to pull back up FinViz, though. FinViz has been having a bunch of good stuff. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos testifies before Senate on Netflix Warner Brothers deal. Bitcoin breaks below $73,000 to lowest low since November 2024. Yeah, it's one of those days. Let's see. U.S. military drone, yes. Okay. Any other news happening here? Yeah, I just don't see much. Let's see. Ooh, Paris prosecutors cybercrime unit searches ex-office. Musk summoned. Ooh. PayPal down 20%. What is the news behind PayPal though? I know they had earnings. That's not the like. Is it just like poor guidance? After earnings revenue miss along with change in CEO, the company's board announced Enrique Lores will become president and CEO on March 1st, replacing Alex Chris. While some progress has been made in a number of areas over the last 2 years, a pace of change and execution was not in line with the board's expectations. Yeah, because I've heard of this guy before. I don't think he was that good. Yeah, HP Inc. CEO of HP Inc. since November of 2019. Am I thinking of another stock besides HP? But me double check. Yeah, it's that HP. Okay, just making sure. Why do they have the same HPs? I'm assuming it's this one. There you go. Yeah, that's not a stock and growth of a company that I want to be part of. Yeah, the last time I fucked around with this was back during COVID, you know, COVID era pops and whatnot. But yeah, this CEO's doing this crap. I don't know if I want to have that CEO in charge of PayPal. I don't expect the stock price to pop anytime soon. That was, you know what? They're the board. They know what's best for their company. But holy crap, HP. Yeah, oh yeah, fuck that shit. Nope. At least for now, guys, looks like Bitcoin stabilized a tad bit here, bouncing up around the last half an hour. It may cool off a little bit more, hopefully, but it looks like we're just making lower lows right now. And I am seeing a little bit of divergence, a tad of divergence on the 4-hour chart. No divergence on the daily chart, no divergence on the weekly chart, no divergence on the monthly chart. So it's a small amount of hope that we have right now to hold right now. Up 14% on WNTR. Nice. Let me see. Bear market is here. Oh, this is definitely a bear market. We've been here for a minute. It sucks. What do you think PayPal will do when X money is released? Sit there and take it, crap the bed, or something to protect their market share, maybe? They're going to throw around AI buzzwords and not really do much, especially with this new CEO. Bleh. Yeah. And hey, trust no one. Yeah. What do you call it? This is definitely a weird environment right now. But you know, as bad as it is, there's still trades to be had, and I guess that's what we're going to be focusing on here. What I almost want to do, and I'm not going to be able to do it for a while because I just don't have the mental capacity for it. I want to go live when I see an alignment of weekly, like monthly, weekly, and 4-hour stuff, and look at the trades that come along with it. I prefer to be in a bull market because we can just buy, you know, buy low, sell high. It always looks better when you buy versus short to new investors, but it is what it is. But I think what I'm gonna do now is, for the members out there, I know that you guys have been waiting for them for a minute. When I see these signals, I'll let you know. We did just get one, I guess, on the 4-hour charts. Now it's the 4-hour, what do you call? So that's not necessarily the greatest thing for us right now. We'll have to see if this thing pushes down even further down. Oh no, excuse me, we didn't get a signal. One of them isn't happening above the 50 level. I keep on thinking one of them is, and a day it's not. So we don't actually have a short signal right here. We have a bearish signal, sure, but I wouldn't say it's a short signal. When they're above the 50, you have much more drastic moves. Elon will be a direct competitor to the company he helped create. Weird stuff. Oh, it happens all the time. You got a specialty, go for it. Plus, they said they're merging XAI and X or something like that. No, SpaceX and XAI. I'm just like, oh my god, there's so much crazy shit going on in the world right now. But, you know, we're just along for the ride. We're basically just along for the ride right now, and I guess that's that's something we're just gonna have to try to enjoy. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream right now. I'm gonna go make some breakfast and chill out. I'm gonna finish doing some stuff, and I believe I have some shorts I'm gonna upload right now too. So hope you guys all have a good rest of your day. I'll probably see you guys later on tonight as well for a shorter stream. But guys, this is kind of a wait and see situation. Part of me still wants to feel optimistic about the support, so I'm gonna wait. But if I have a short signal come up, I'm you know, better believe I'm gonna short the crap out of it.